Hey everybody, how's it going? So today I've got a game for you called Guess How Much They're Selling This Building in the Middle of Brooklyn for. You can see that there is it looks like something cover in the window, maybe broken up there or something. Not the biggest deal, but it doesn't exactly give a great impression of the place that you're looking to sell. You got a liquor store on the ground floor, and you also have this small kickboxing-looking place or fitness cardio place on the ground floor over there. And it looks like you probably have space for, I would say, 2 decent-sized apartments or maybe 3 closet-sized apartments upstairs when you look at the square footage of the whole space. But I would probably err on the side of caution and say 2 apartments upstairs. This is not, it's not the worst neighborhood in the world. I've lived in this neighborhood for about 12 years, but I do remember every time I tried to get a cab to this neighborhood when I first moved here, the cab driver would lock his doors immediately after asking where I was going and then screech away because he didn't want to take me here. And you got those 25,000 watt lights on a lot of the blocks here where, you know, the hope is that if the street is illuminated at light, there will be less crime. So this is not exactly Times Square real estate here. This is in the middle, just in the, middle of Brooklyn. Nothing amazing, nothing terrible. What do you think this building is going for? Because if you were to say it's going for $4 million, then you'd be correct. That's right, folks. For $4 million, you too can get 4,970 square feet, which, let's face it, if I whip out a Bosch, is probably closer to 3,000 or 3,500 square feet, and a kind of poor neighborhood. There's nothing wrong with being poor, but I know why I moved to this zip code 12 years ago, because I was broke and it was cheap. I'm fully familiar with the neighborhood, and this building ain't $4 million. That's just no way in hell. And what really interests me here is when people talk about the idea of New York returning to the way it was before, after COVID is over. What a lot of people don't understand is the way New York was before made no sense. We should never go back to that because it made no sense. We cannot go back to that. There's no way in hell we can go back to that because nothing makes sense about what you see on the screen right now. So this is not a case of the virus screwed up something that was going, fine and dandy all along. This is the case of the virus revealing that what we had going on all along was ridiculous insanity. And now that we've taken the mask off of it and more people are noticing it, it's never going to go back to the way it was before. And one of the things that kind of makes me sad is that the fact that a lot of our financial and economic system is based on garbage like this. So banks are able to loan out money in relation to the amount of assets they have. So if you have $100, you can't loan out more than $1,000 because people may come to, take that money out, and you can't be caught with your pants down with having no money in the bank. So let's say that your bank is $100. You may be able to loan out $1,000 legally, but not $100,000 or $1 million. So banks are loaning out money based on the valuation of their assets, many of which are housing. So if you're able to say that this pile of crap building is worth $4 million, you're now allowed to loan out a bunch more money. And a lot of the economy is based on this ridiculous Ponzi scheme that we have going on in real estate, where we claim that this is worth $4 million, which results in it never selling or being vacant for a long period of time, as you see in many of my Manhattan real estate videos. So don't be surprised if, in order to prevent a financial crisis, a dollar crisis, and a general depression, that what gets proposed is some sort of bailout in real estate first. I think that the first large-scale bailout that we're going to see come up next is going to be something regarding real estate. And it's probably going to be hidden inside of some weasel words where they talk about how they just want to help the distressed property owner, the distressed homeowner that lost their job. And yeah, it's going to help them, but I think most of the money in that type of program is going to get funneled towards shit like what I've been showing you, where they show you a box of a space and they say it's $75,000, where they purposely inflate the value and then say, I'm a distressed property owner, I need help. And I don't know how it is, if a bailout like that happens, how you word it or phrase it so that there's a difference between a homeowner that bought a 3,000 or 4,000 square foot home for $200,000 and someone claiming their 110-year-old pile of shit is worth $4 million. Nor do I think that would even be the point of such a policy if it was created, because many of these policies wind up being lobbied for and created by the very people who seek to abuse them in this manner. But don't be surprised if you see something like this happen, where all of these property owners that are asking these amounts for these assets wind up getting bailed out in the next year and a half in order to, quote, help the homeowners or prevent an economic collapse. You let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you very much, and as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video.